quick little video. This one's more of an urgent thing to do. I'll even mark it on there. It's urgent to do this before you finish the game. I'd almost forgotten. That was going through my head, and I was like, wait a minute. Can't forget that one. Eileen the Crow, whenever we defeated her at Henrik, and that seemed like the last we saw of her, it actually was not. That's Eileen right there. So I'm making the next part of the series just this NPC, this fight, and this whole thing with Eileen, because this is how you're supposed to get the gestures all the way through to her, the finish of her quest line. You see a badass Canehurst enemy, and you get the badge from her to get the Hunter of Hunters, everything pretty much. So it's worthy to note that you want to come here before you finish out the game to the Cathedral Ward, to where Vicar Amelia was. You come up to these steps. So I put it in all caps, saying that, you know, this is important to get pre-finish before you finish out the game, before you beat too many other bosses. Like I'd say, follow my path, go to One Reborn, beat him. I leveled up my health a little bit more, rocking 35. Level 87, still need to level up more, but well, we're just gonna hop into it. So she gives you the gesture of wait. So, and I, of course, will answer her with, I am a leaguey wiggy. I am a member of the League. It is because of being a member of the League that I shall help, for I am a Confederate before I am anything else, my good dear. So for this, I suggest rocking maybe some Canehurst stuff, because what you're going to be fighting is a Canehurst badass. You're getting a Hunter of Hunters who's also Canehurst born, and he's a jerk. Infinite bullets. He uses the arcane bone, so he gets some fast dashes. He's just all around a jerk. So the thing that sucks about him is you gotta solo this guy. You gotta come in here after Vicar Amelia's gone, and no help, no bells ringing, nothing. You gotta come in here, and you gotta take this dude out. You see, you know, there's a little bit more blood on the steps than usual and everything. You've seen her out there. He's right up here, and you can't just teleport in using the lamp. As long as he's here, he keeps it locked down. So, yeah. I might die. I might die a few times. That's why this video is dedicated to this guy. I might get it in one shot. We're gonna find out. He's mean, though, especially up close. I'm not sure if I've got the right kind of build to fight this guy, but if I can do it, you guys can too. As you can see, his bullets frickin' hurt a lot too. See, I don't quite have the bullets to spare like he does. Ow. His hurt more. And I believe he can heal himself too when his health gets down low enough. So he's got rapid poisoning, as you can see there on his sword. So that's also fun. This dude's just a jerk. I would say out of any Souls game, period, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, I'd say this is probably the most annoying and challenging NPC out of their whole series. Whew. Jeez. I did it for you guys. So, pressure him, pull him down here, pull him into the wall, do whatever you have to against that NPC. Don't let him, once he gets low enough, don't let him try and get back up or get too far away from him. He'll heal. But don't let him gun you down either, because he'll try that too. Just use a strategy like I had there. I might have made it look easy. It wasn't. Not at all. That is a tough enemy. If you want a real challenge, you'll do like my buddy, Cole Nation. And you'll put on the exact same armor as him. And you'll take a Chikage and a double shot pistol like he did. And you'll fight him using his own tools and armor. See how that fight goes. So after that, you go talk to Eileen. She gives you the Hunter Rune and the Crow Hunter badge. Here's the breathing. And then you come back here after this, the bloodstain's there and she's gone. She is no longer a part of it, you know? She's gone. So I'd like to think that what she ends up doing is getting up, walking away, and she's out of the dream, out of the nightmare, out of all of it. She did her duty. She gives us the Crow Hunter badge and the rune so that we may carry on in her stead if we so choose. Pretty awesome if you think about it. So that gives us the Hunter sigil, the Hunter rune. Red smudge rune means hunter, and it's been adopted by those who have taken the Hunter of Hunters oath. The watchmen admonish those who have become addled with blood. These watchmen. Be they men or beast, anyone who has threatened the pledgers of the Hunter Oath surely has an issue with blood. So you might see that on like different video games and stuff, maybe Call of Duty, maybe For Honor. You might see that emblem. It's kind of the Bloodborne emblem. It really is. A lot of people like it. They like her. Then you got corruption, which is the pledge to the vile bloods of Canehurst. Heretics in the eyes of the church, subject to the wrath of the executioners. And then here's Radiance, the rune for the executioners under Logarius. They despise the impure vile bloods, no matter what the circumstances, would never cooperate with the bloodthirsty hunters who serve the undead Queen Annalise. And then impurity. Confederates of the League cooperate with hunters from other worlds and hunt to discover vermin. Vermin writhe in filth and are the root of man's impurity. Crush all vermin without hesitation. So, the way these work is, whether you're coming in as an invader or you're coming in as a helper to somebody's world, if the person coming in has the Hunter of Hunter rune, there's a chance that it's PvP, that it will see them as a vile blood, and it'll activate PvP. That just happens sometimes. If you are a helper or host and you have the corruption rune and the other person is wearing Radiance, 100% of the time they will come in as an adversary and it will initiate PvP. Impurity is the only rune you can wear on this oath, on this slot here, the green one. Impurity is the only one that will not initiate PvP no matter what. It is 100% safe to help people and summon people if you have impurity. The Hunter is a chance to PvP. With these, if you're all the same, sure, it's fine. Just like impurity. But if someone's wearing the opposite, PvP is going to happen. So that's how you can PvP against other people, or, you know, fight your friends, is through those particular runes. That's how you can set it up. So now you guys know that. So that's the urgent thing out of the way. That was to get that kind of final little oath rune. As you go further along in the game, you can use Insight in the pool, the little fountain here, to buy your bloodstone. And the rock is to make something plus 10, the final piece you need. It's 60 Insight to buy a bloodstone rock, but it's the maximum upgrade for a weapon, so yeah. You want to save up for that one. Now, it's about 40,000 for the Blades of Mercy, which, that's the weapon that she used. Our old Hunter of Hunters. And then, as you can see, we can get the Crow Feather Garments. Almost all of it. So, I'll come back and I'll get the trousers. And, I'll get the Blade of Mercy. And, we'll be sitting pretty good there. Yeah. You would get some throwing knives now too while we're at it. Some poison throwing knives. So getting that badge really helps you get more gear and make you more apt for that final area. That was one of the things I wanted to say, is that area, that thing that was a light, it hits you with frenzy, and the beak mask is really good against frenzy. It's really good for just, you know, the way it looks, but it's something you can put with the Ashen Hunter stuff and get the most frenzy resistance out of any of the armors in the game. So it is important to get that. This is gonna be a pretty short video since I got that, so while we're at it and I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna go ahead and hop onto an arcane character just to show you guys kind of what the arcane tools can do. Just in case if you've gotten this far and you're low level, or you're thinking about making an arcane character, or you are arcane and want to know just what everything is and what all of it can do. So... let's see what else we have. Alright. Then we'll make things nice and simple. We'll go centrally on them so we can use these on some of the enemies there. It won't take too long to showcase what these things can do and what they're capable of. The first one we'll be going over is the Augur of Ebriatus, or Ebriatus, or Ebriatus. I'm still uncertain of how to properly pronounce it. Sorry, Miyazaki. So Augur of Ebriatus. Boop. Straight up. Shoots tentacles and slugs and epic nastiness. Messenger's Gift is one. And some of these, I know for a fact, the Black Eye Sky and the Accursed Brew, they're DLC items. I believe the Moderate Whistle is, but you guys see me fight the NPC with that, and that's a Blood Tinge, not an Arcane. But I know the Black Sky is definitely one, as is the Accursed Brew. So they're DLC Arcane items, but I believe the others are all core game. So this one's called Messenger's Gift. Now you become a message. You look like a message left by messengers. So that can help you disguise your name, disguise yourself, get the advantage against people. PvP exclusive item. Executioner's Gloves. As you can see, it's the red skull things from Mr. Logarius, the Martyr. This here is a DLC sword, the Magic Moonlight Blade. More on that later. But oops, that was the last thing. There we go. Oh. So, that one, good against people also, homes in on people. And the Augur, that, if you hit someone in the back with it, or hit them in front at the time you would hit them with a gun, that actually counts as a gunshot, so you can open up for visceral attacks with that one. And of course, the old Hunter Bone. That NPC used it. All your rolls become that, or if it stashes. Doesn't last the longest, but neat little thing nonetheless. That's Tiny Tonitrus. And that is a Call Beyond. Oh. Oh. I was messing around, but that's okay. So, to kind of recap on that, the Call Beyond makes that little, like, star galaxy thing above your head, and then it just showers magic all over everywhere. And it homes in on your enemies. So, it's pretty devastating, both in terms of devastating to an enemy and devastating on your bullets. And I will need an item after all, just because of what one of the other items is. So. Get the blood echoes from him. As you can see, very little damage. And Tiny, not bad, but could be better. So here's Call of Beyond one more time. See? Very powerful in the right hands at the right times. We'll take the Accursed Brew, which is kind of like the last arcane item you get. The Choir Bell is pretty simple. The Beast Roar is effective. And the Black Sky Eye is another one that's simple. So, the Empty Phantasm Shell. This one's fun because it magically imbues an item. So instead of Bolt Paper or Fire, you instead get an Arcane buff. Of course, I'm rocking this thing at base level and not really built to use it the best, so... That's the Beast Roar. Fast, no damage, but very effective in giving you room. The Black Sky Eye DLC, way more effective and 100% absolutely an arcane item. It's literally ranged. It's your gunshot, your real gun. Things like a little missile. As you can see, the Black Sky Eye is pretty powerful. You just have to be built into arcane. This girl got 50, so... And the Accursed Brew. Two bullets, but it's got a little bit of an explosion area to it, and overall, not a bad item. See, I can't use the Choir Bell at this moment. It takes 7 bullets, but essentially, 100% fundamentally, physically, literally, the Choir Bell is a healing bell. You ring it to use 7 bullets, and you heal yourself and all allies around you. Nothing less, nothing more. It just uses a lot of bullets to heal you and others. So, it's good if you, say, are in a bind, and someone's out of blood vials, or you're out of blood vials, and you just need to survive somehow. It converts your bullet into healing. Just ding ding. Simple as that. So those are your arcane items. They're pretty useful in their own right, each of them. Honestly, what makes them great is how you're built and how you use them. My character's using a pretty powerful arcane weapon, so that's really why she's built the way she is, but arcane can do quite a bit, so we'll go over that at some point in time. Let's see, you'll get a Beast Rune and a Milkweed Rune through the DLC, and they alter you greatly, so we'll go over that at another point in time, probably through the DLC. So, until then, hope you guys enjoyed the short little 25-minute video just showcasing some arcane weapons and going over the NPC fight with Eileen's enemy up there in the Cathedral Ward. So make sure to do it before you beat the game, guys. Yeah, that's if you want to get the gestures and everything. So, until next time, I'll see all of you guys in the nightmare. Be one with the blood, everybody. Fear the old blood. Imbibe the blood.